Welcome viewers, it's nice to see you. This is Esther at Stampin Star Creations for the Global Stampin Video Hop and this month's theme of a homemade Christmas piece. I think I'm going to go and check the title again. It's DIY Homemade Christmas. So I'm making this as homemade and as DIY as possible. So I'm coming in with the Peaceful Deer stamp set and stamping the image of the deer lying down and the rabbit, both in smoky slate. I wasn't going to colour them in, but I can't resist colouring these lovely creatures in, and I've just gone in with a light smoky slate Stampin' Blend. It's a alcohol marker and it just adds a bit of depth and colour to my characters. So colouring in the deer and then giving the rabbit a less treatment with the colour. I just wanted to add some kind of shadowing on it so it makes it stand out as well. There are no dies to match this, there's just the bigger punch, so I revert to fussy cutting. It doesn't take long to cut out these two characters. And then in the meantime I've gone ahead and cut out a circle from Night of Navy and using my snowflake stencil to mask and to put some colour on colour in the background of my circle. It is a 2¼ inch circle and using the trees to create a background, and all will be revealed soon as to what we're going to use this for. Just adding on the extra detail on the deer. I like that bit, I just think it looks nice. And then I do kind of put some grounding, a terra piece of paper and do some more blending, but actually by the time I'm finished you can't see this. But if you were to do something similar you might want to add some ground onto your piece of artwork. So coming in again with my blending brush and using the white ink that's left on my brush just to create a frosty look on the outside. And then again coming in with my white craft ink, adding some snowflakes onto the scene. So all these are just layering that detail onto the background and to try and get some depth. Splattering with my Wink of Stella to make it nice and sparkly and shiny. And this is the secret of my decor. I'm using a lid just from a jam jar or a sauce jar. Now, because there was no other lids available, I decided to emboss it, heat emboss it with white powder. Now, because you can emboss it, I could have done it in silver or gold or any other colour. Had I had a white jar lid, it would have been so much easier. But there we go, I'm using what I've got and trying to be resourceful and wanted to make sure it worked. So just be careful, don't touch it, because obviously this is a metal lid and it got hot, but sure enough it did the trick and it melted the powder on, so I was a happy bunny. I'm grabbing out this branch from the Gorgeous Leaves dies, I don't know if that's a technical name for it, and I'm just putting some foam pad onto some white cardstock and carefully cutting this out. So just be careful, it's very delicate die. It does cut all the way through, but you've just got to be careful how you remove it, not to tear anything. It is quite resilient. I wondered if I could bend this branch round to make it more tree-like, but it didn't want to bend where I wanted it to. So I thought, you know what, it's fine, I'll just snip off the excess bits that I don't need. No, I couldn't put it off, I needed to snip it. So yeah, just cut off the ends that are overlapping because you need things to fit in the circle. And as you can see, this gives a lovely raised effect, so I really want nice depth to this. So I don't know why I couldn't resist popping it in the jar lid when I wasn't ready, so I'm just pulling it back out again because I'm not ready. Because of the depth of the lid, we're going to do some more in a minute. So more depth, I'm going to add the deer onto some dimensionals and have that popping up slightly. Now just be careful if you do want to follow this tutorial that your deer doesn't overhang too much because it needs to fit inside that lid. So I added some more dimension to the inside, and the circle card will still pop in nicely and you still got depth, but it just raises it up a bit as well. I forgot about the rabbit. Where am I going to put it? I wanted to have it at the forefront, and there was a little bit of a raised lip there on the side, which I've put some double-sided tear and tape on, and the rabbit just sits nicely on the front as long as you don't move it too much. I just think, you know, this is ornamental, so you're not exactly going to move it around. I've used a lovely big gem for my faux moon. And because I'd run out of my tiny gems for stars, I'm going to use these lovely little droplets, and they're going to be icicles. These are the Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials, they're called, and just hanging them off delicately off the tree branch for some lovely wintry icicles. I think it makes it. I really like it. So did you see that sneaking in with another retired punch? But it's just a quick way of to cut out a circle. I think I went for a 2-inch just to cover the back of the lid, but also have somewhere to adhere my silver cord to. I did think about maybe wrapping the lid with ribbon, but after my hard work of embossing it, there's no point. So being generous with my stamp and what's it called? Stampin' Seal Plus, yes, that's what it's called. And just, I'm not completely sticking it down, I just want to make sure I've got the alignment right. I want the back to look in the middle, but I had to keep turning it over. After about the 3rd attempt, it was fine, and I gave that a good press down on the back so it won't go anywhere. And there's our lovely little decoration, our homemade home decor, and it measures about just over 2.5 inches across. So if you've got a 2.5-inch circle, it's a perfect fit for the inside. I love my jam jar lid decoration, and I hope this inspires you to make one yourself. Thank you for watching, and do follow along with the other hoppers. Please thumbs up and comment below. Have a great day.